Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 5, and we're going to be making another video, so this is like the third video we've made, but this has been something that I've been waiting on because I've had tons of videos in the pipeline all coming out one by one. So now we're finally onto this. We're going to be breaking down some of the stuff that was said in regards to Season 5. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any DCTV videos later this year. So some Season 5 stuff was actually teased by the executive producer of The Flash, that being Todd Helbing, and we're going to be breaking down these points one by one. So I'm going to quickly brush over this first few points because I've talked about them, but Cicada, the main villain of next season, who we've actually theorized and presumed is going to be the main villain due to what the teaser was actually described as, and also the casting call for next season for supposedly the big bad. And Todd actually talked about the deleted scene, and we did a video on that, so you can go check that on my channel. I did it a few days ago, but essentially that may be coming out and that was just cut for time, so be on the lookout online, and around the Comic-Con time they plan to release it before next season, so that will be really interesting. That'll be like a little sneak peek into next season, which I'm really excited for. And so now moving on to the big stuff I want to talk about. So Nora and her development with Barry and Iris and everyone in the team is going to be heavily explored, their relationships in the future and what it's like now for them, because obviously they've just found out that they've got a daughter that is massive. They've got a burden to make this daughter and to make her into the person that she actually becomes. She becomes supposedly a hero. We don't know if she's an actual hero, but we've seen her with Speedster Lightning. So essentially there's going to be a lot of pressure on Barry and Iris, and so we're going to be exploring that and their development and what their relationships are like in the future. You know, is Barry and Iris still around? Are they still together? You know, what's going on in the future? And we're also going to get the exploration of Nora with everyone else on Team Flash and what their future relationships are like. You know, are they still there in the future? What's going on? And also another thing that was teased was, you know, Nora's backstory is going to be told, and he confirmed that she's actually in fact from 30 years in the future, so from 2048, and potentially I think they will have to explain what happens to Barry in 2024, but obviously not in a full way, because I think they'll actually wait to do a reverse Flash storyline before they actually tell the entire story of what happens in that newspaper article. But essentially I think they're going to hint at what happens there, because she's from 2048, that is 24 years in the future from when Barry vanishes, so maybe Barry dies, maybe she grows up without a dad, we don't know, but that will be most likely hinted at. And Nora's mistake has something to do with the Season 5 villain, and maybe, in fact, in the future in 2048, this villain, Cicada, or whoever he turns out to be, this immortal person that we've been told about in the casting descriptions, could have actually, due to Nora doing all the time travel stuff, because they've hinted at that is a problem, and that it has something really big to do with her big mistake, that being time travel, maybe that time travel actually screwed up things in the future, and when she's returned she's realized, oh shit, this Cicada dude has absolutely wrecked everything and he's immortal and I can't beat him, and maybe that's why she's come back in time. And it all ties into the 4 times she time traveled, so maybe those 4 individual times when she's met these individual people in Team Flash, maybe that is part of the reason as to why the future maybe is screwed up, or maybe why Cicada reigns on. I don't know, but that's all going to be explained. And Caitlyn's origin and her link to that Thomas ending scene that we got in the finale, you know, there's going to be the explanation for that, and Caitlyn's origin is going to be told, and we're going to be seeing more of Caitlyn's family. And the big part of the story for next season is to do with an overarching story of family. So there's going to be the Nora stuff with Barry and Iris, them coming to grips with that, and then there's going to be Caitlyn's origin, you know, she's been lied to or she's blocked out her entire life, and there's going to be a lot of things like that. And so they also teased that there's going to be a new Harrison Wells, and I think Earth 2 Harry is actually going to be coming back every now and again like we did in Season 3, but because Tom Cavanaugh is such a good actor, they do like to vary the Harrison Welleses that they introduce, and apparently this is going to be a very, very unique one, and is going to be different from anything he's done before, so I think it's going to be a bit more serious, but not as intelligent as Earth 2 Harry, but more serious, because a lot of these characters he's played these different versions of himself have been quite silly if you actually look at all the different versions that have popped up. So we'll have to wait and see. I think it's going to be a more serious version of him. And so also something that they didn't tease but they teased in season 4 is the Earth 3 female speedster. I'm presuming we're going to be introduced to her. I do not think it's Nora, and I don't think it's Jessie. I think it's someone totally new. So I'm really excited for all this Flash family speedster stuff. It's going to be really awesome. And also another thing that I'm guessing is we're going to be getting a lot of time travel, because essentially the way that the villain is going to come through is due to time travel. And I'm not saying he's necessarily going to time travel. He's immortal. It's everything to do with time. So they're going to have to figure out how do you kill an immortal, or how do you stop an immortal. And Nora's story is all to do with time travel. So I'm guessing we're going to be seeing different time periods, maybe visiting the future. That would be really awesome. I do love getting into the time travel stuff. And so the final thing I want to talk about is Ralph. Ralph is returning. We don't know as to what status he's going to be in. Is he going to be a regular? Is he going to be a recurring character? Obviously you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of him, so I hope he's recurring. I don't want him to be a regular, if I'm 100% honest, because I want them to actually find that tone that they want to get, that season 2 tone or that season 1 tone, and just find it. And I think with Ralph there, it's going to pull it down to that very season 4 like tone. I know they can balance it out better, but still I think Ralph's gonna have to step it up and maybe be a bit more mature. That's just my thoughts on that. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this season 5 video, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos over the summer. I've got a load of new videos that I want to make, and they're gonna be coming out bit by bit. So anyway guys, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.